Shalom, everybody. I am Rabbi Nancy Tunick. I am sorry to be so late. I am in the middle of a storm and have been having some trouble. And I welcome everybody who is here, both on Facebook and on the website. I'm still having a little bit of a problem. I'm not sure if we're live or not. I think that we may be live on some of the social channels. But what we will do is we will start our service, and we can at least say the names aloud for the Mishaberach and for the Mourner's Kaddish, and we will take it from there. And if we have any continued trouble, we can look at some of the more recent services to continue the evening service. But for right now, we'll start with the Baruch Hu on page 2 of the Rabbi Nancy Siddur on Sim Shalom's website. And it looks like I can see the chat on the website. I'm not sure if I can see the chat anywhere else. And so we say together, Baruch Hu Adonai HaVarach, praise the Lord to whom our praise is due. Baruch Adonai HaVarach Le'olam Va'ed, praise be the Lord to whom our praise is due now and forever. And we sing the Baruch Hu together. Baruch Hu Adonai HaVarach, Baruch Hu Adonai HaVarach, Baruch Adonai HaVarach Le'olam Va'ed. Praise be the Lord to whom our praise is due. Praise be the Lord to whom our praise is due. To whom our praise is due now and forever. And we continue with the Shema, and we do that in a way that embraces the meditative quality of the Shema. The Shema says, listen, hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And so traditionally we cover our eyes with our right hand and maybe take a few breaths. And we say, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed is God's glorious kingdom forever and ever. And if you would like to continue in that peaceful and meditative state, go ahead and continue with your eyes closed and with your hand over your eyes. It actually creates more of a barrier to light and to the visual input, and it allows you to quiet your mind and to listen to Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Va'ed. The Lord is our God, and the Lord is one, and God's name will reign for as long as there's a sun in the sky. Adonai, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad. So we continue with the V'ahavta, and we're on page 7. And shalom to John, and shalom to Reba, and good to see everybody together. If you are watching or listening on social media platforms, I don't know that I can see those chats right now, as I'm having a little bit of trouble with that part of this. But the chat function on the website, on simshalom.com, is working. You can click on live to participate, not the Facebook live, but the actual live. And that way you can participate in the chat. And so, yes, and actually that would be great, Bob, and everyone, if you want to let folks know on Facebook and on the other platforms that they can chat here. They can see the broadcast, I think, where they are, but the chat function is not showing. So we will continue with the Via Havta. We're on page 7 if you'd like to sing or chant along. You shall love the Lord with all your mind, with all your strength and all your being. Set these words upon your heart, teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home, speak of them on your way, when you are lying down and when you rise up. Lima'an tizkaru v'asitem elchu mitzotai v'hiyatem kiddushim lelohechem ani Adonai We continue now on page 9, and we read responsively. Infinite God, creator and redeemer of all being, you are most high, most near. In all generations we have cried out to you. We have put our trust in you. We have borne witness to your truth before the nations. Oh, now let your light and your truth appear to us and lead us. Let them bring us to your holy mountain. And together we say, we shall not fear then, though earth itself should shake, though the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters thunder and rage, though the winds lift its waves to the very vault of heaven. We shall not fear, for you are with us. We shall rejoice in your deliverance. Then shall we know you, our Redeemer and our God, and in the shadow of your wings we shall sing with joy. And we sing the Michamocha. It's on page 10, if you'd like to read it in Hebrew, on page 11 for transliteration. The Michamocha says, who is like you, master of wonders. And it is a song that is sung in gratitude for the actions that we were able to take in order to escape slavery. It is sung as we crossed the water, and then the waters had parted for us at Moses' direction from God's command, and then closed over the Egyptians, allowing us to escape after Pharaoh chased us. And this account occurs in this week's Parsha. And so this idea that we escaped slavery, but an even more important idea to recall as we go through our journey, as we continue through Exodus and through our journey in the desert, is the idea that God doesn't do everything. God could have parted the waters, but instead we do it as a partnership, that we have to take the action as people in order to make things happen. And it is said from a rabbinic analysis that we stepped into the water and Moses parted the waters because we took the action based on faith and prayer to get something done. And that is something that we treasure as far as direction from a Jewish perspective. It has been said that it matters much more as a Jew what we do rather than what we believe. But one thing that we do believe is the idea of gratitude, and that we recognize the wonders that are around us. love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will. And together we say, Blessed is the Eternal One, Guardian of Israel, whose love gives light to all the world. And we continue now with the tefillah on page 14. Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. We turn back to page 13 for the Avot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol v'Zocher Chaste Avot. Umevi ge'ula livnei v'neihem l'ma'an shemo b'hava. Melech Choser Mashiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham. We now sing together on page 16. And shalom to Larry and Sue and to everyone who is joining us this evening. I'm sorry for some technical problems. Those storms that we shall not fear are overhead here in Nashville. And so having a little bit of a technical problem and not much internet. So hopefully this hangs in throughout the rest of the service. But if you are on the social media platforms, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, please go head over to the website if you can, if you do want to participate in chatting a name or typing a name for the Misha Berach, for prayers for those who are in need of healing, or also for a mourner's Kaddish. But in the meantime, we will continue singing together Atah Kadosh. Again, a prayer that reinforces the idea that we recognize that there are wonders all around us, wonders that are beyond our understanding, beyond our eyes, and that they are part of what we attribute and we are grateful for from God, from what is divine. Atah, you, Kadosh, are holy, and we sing that together. Help us see your beauty, it's just beyond our eyes. Help us see your miracles, help us realize that you are holy, your name is holy, and we proclaim that you are holy, your name is holy. We now take a moment for a silent meditation. Again, as we did previously, this is an opportunity to quiet our minds and to have a conversation in prayer. And that conversation can be words spoken in your own heart, words of gratitude, prayers for peace, rather than words written by sages. Or it can be an opportunity to quiet your mind and to listen to the still small voice within. We'll take a few moments for that silent meditation now. Continue now with the Mishaberach, our prayer for those who are in need of healing. Joseph from New Hampshire is here, and so great to have you join us. We will be using just the chat function on the Sim Shalom website. If you will go to simshalom.com, if you're on one of the social media platforms, and just click live in the right-hand corner, not Facebook Live, but live, you will see a Sim Shalom chat. And you'll also see the video screen if you'd like to just watch it there. But if you do want to type a name, go ahead and type it there, and I will be able to see it. If you would rather not do that and would rather just prefer to stay on the social media platforms, then when we pause and I read the names, go ahead and speak the names that you would like remembered for a Mishaberach. Speak them out loud. And so we will start by writing those names now, and we'll be singing Debbie Friedman's setting of the Mishaberach, which you can find on page 20. Debbie was a brilliant cantorial composer and soloist, and her yahrzeit actually was recently. She lived with chronic pain and illness, and knew quite a bit about praying for healing of body and spirit, and provided so much comfort to so many people. And so we sing her melody now. For Robert and Dorothy, for Bob and for Sue, and also for Ray Cavadell, for Mara Tartak, for Josh and Robert and Ellen. If there are other names for the Mishaberach, either speak them out loud where you are. Oh, and actually for Rabbi Judy, who has been sitting in on Wednesday evenings for the Maariv service, and we'll be back again next Wednesday with you, and then I'll be back with you again in March. But she is ill tonight, and so we are taking turns. So we send out our prayers for healing for Rabbi Judy. If there are other names, for Don and for Jim, for Zoe, for Andrea and her husband, so we continue at the bottom of page 20. Again, if you did not hear the name that you typed or that you were thinking of spoken aloud, please speak it out loud where you are, and we'll continue with our prayer. Continue now with the Aleinu, and we are on page 22, and we also say prayers for the family of Kirk Douglas, Jack, Laura, Vicky, and Gloria. We now continue with the Aleinu, which we will do in song. Oh, let us adore the ever-living God. Continue with our mourners Kaddish, and this is an opportunity for us to speak the names of those we lost recently, and also for those that we lost at this time in years past, and those that we are remembering as our own. And so we will speak their names aloud, and if you can type them into the website chat function, we will speak those names aloud, or if you would rather just speak them out loud where you are, This is an opportunity for us to not only remember them and to bring them into our memories, into our hearts, but to bring them into our lives when we speak their names aloud and when we think about our loved ones in a way that engages not only memories, but also love and connection. We bring them to us, and it reminds us that we are challenged to live our lives as they were trying to live theirs, the way that they lived theirs in their best moments. And so that we are working to fulfill an example that was set by those we love. And so we recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. We remember Isa Danielovich, which was Kirk Douglas's name, and we remember Kirk Douglas this evening. We remember the victims of the Shoah, many who do not have anyone to remember them. We remember Richard Peshkin and Chika Bat Yaakov, Sammy and Paul, Merv Dickinson, Robert Levinson, Benny Mayo, Kobe Bryant, and Gianna Bryant. If there are other names for the Mourners Kaddish, please type them or speak those aloud now. We remember the victims of recent fires and ongoing fires, of recent storms and of violence around the country and the world. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise God and pray for the coming of God's kingdom. The Mourners Kaddish can be found on page 25 in the Rabbi Nancy Sidor on Sim Shalom's website when you click live. And together we will speak these words. These are words and a prayer of peace and a prayer about the promise of life to come. It is not a prayer of death. It is a prayer of life. And together we say, Yekada v'yekada shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yumechon, v'chayei techal beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach li'olam olamei amaya, yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnasei, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'irachu, Le'olam min kol birachata v'shirata, tishbachata v'nechamata, daviran bi'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim, alinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'asei shalom, alinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. We also remember Stephen Gudis. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as together we say, Amen. And we close our service with a line from our sages that is reinforced by this week's Parsha and by our account of our Exodus and our travels as a community through the desert and as we tried to reach the Promised Land. We were faced with so many challenges and so many obstacles, and we were told that the best way to handle those challenges and those obstacles, no matter how dire, whether it was lack of food or water as it was today, a lack of freedom as it was today, or whether it was warring factions that were trying to keep us out of the land, or illness, or behavior that did not match the behavior recommended by the divine, we were told that we must pray as if it is all up to God. We must act as if it is all up to us. Because remember, as Jews, we care more about what we do than what we believe. So Laila Tov, everybody. It was great to see you. So sorry to be late, and glad that we made it through without losing power or internet. I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. In the meantime, Rabbi Judy should be back with you next Wednesday evening. Tomorrow night, you'll have Rabbi Galit and Rabbi Steve will welcome Shabbat. And I will see you soon. Lahit Ra'ot.